Hi there, welcome to Watcher of Realms. I wanted to share with you quite a big problem and issue going on in the arena. In recent time, it's become of my knowledge, a first-hand experience when I've been on the receiving end of loss after loss after loss. But why's the reason? Well, I'm going to give you a backstory behind it all so it will make total sense. But I did reach out to some in the background online, and other people have picked up on the issue as well. In recent time, when it comes to the arena, regardless of the ranking you're at, even if it's lower end, it's the matchmaking, it's the lineups, the metas early on, and it's like, what's changed? So if we go to arena here, obviously it's not live arena, but you are playing against other online people's lineups of the heroes that they've acquired and equipped out. And of course, certain heroes can just dominate the field, hence why you've got metas. But also the gearing, the timing, the options and combinations behind it can all come into play. At the end of the day, when it comes to arena, if you don't have great gear, you're going to be at a disadvantage. But based off my experience, that wasn't the problem. Some people make it seem like that's my problem now, but it wasn't not that long ago. There's the popular heroes, top right corner of the screen, and we'll head on to that in just a second. But at least based off my own individual experience, I've not been playing, okay? 2-3 weeks ago, I returned back to playing this game. A lengthy layoff of not playing, many months. Right? That gave the time and opportunity for other online players to gather resources, to do summons, get OP champions, more chances of metas, get all the gear, grind it out well, build out the characters well. Okay? I anticipated when I returned back 2 to 3 weeks ago when loading up arena for the first time. Yeah, I was bronze, of course I would be, but I worked my way up through the different means of air defense, air attacks, AoE, damaged, magic, things like that. I went through them all and managed to get to platinum number 2. Platinum 2. I unlocked the stuff in the store so I could get that skin for Wrath, which is quite convenient because of me and my name. It was great. And I was able to get the legendary skill upgrade item too. Everything was fine. 2 weeks ago, I made it to Platinum 2. Ever since, as of last week or so, things have changed drastically. I'm only in Platinum 1. And yes, there was a reset, I think, because it came towards the end of the week. But when going to climb my way back to Platinum 2 at least, I couldn't get anywhere near. Let alone, I couldn't even reach Platinum 1. And why's that? A 1 week difference, things became drastically harder. Metas showing, Dolores, Hatsuit, of course, Silas, of course. Was it Boreas? Yeah, Boreas, him as well. That's all I keep seeing over and over again. And even Valkyra, her too, when equipped well. But I wasn't coming across these specific lineups. Even Vienna, there. A lot of her too. I'm just not standing a chance. Can I counter this? Maybe. Do I have good enough gear? Not yet. But did I spend 1 week straight grinding? Absolutely. You know what the sheer stupidity is? Well, as we can say, it's a gear issue. You might have good characters, like I've got Ingrid. Wow. Is it good enough? Not at the moment, because I don't use that meta, that style. I've got my own, which worked 2 weeks ago when I returned back fresh, underdeveloped in a way, right? Many months of not playing, I returned back and I got Platinum 2 and I was able to win easily. 1 week on from then and I'm struggling in Gold 3. How do things change so drastically in 1 week? What the hell has gone on? Has there been some kind of update stealth change in the background to make it seem that you face higher level opponents early on than later? Is there some kind of poor matchmaking with the lineups? Look, Praetors. I'm coming across Praetors like that. Anora as well. Greed, well, that doesn't really matter him. Hamet, I've got him too, but, no matter how much I build him out, it just doesn't seem to be good enough for Arena. But, once again, in that situation, I can only do so much with what I have in resources and the factor of luck. At the end of the day, you can get very lucky with getting a good character, a good meta one, who might do well in Arena. If you don't have the gear, it's not going to work out. I can fully understand and agree that if I was of a higher ranking, Platinum 3, Overlord, if not beyond, I wouldn't stand a chance because I don't have the right gear for it. But 1 week before or 2 weeks before, I had the correct gear, which was enough after many months of layoff of not playing, reaching Platinum 2, winning comfortably. And within 1 week of actively playing and grinding more now, I've actually gone backwards. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Why is the matchmaking suddenly more difficult? Why are the lineups more awkward now? Why am I struggling more now when actively playing after a week full on, when it was actually easier when I returned back after many months of not playing and being underleveled? It just doesn't make any sense. What is going on? And that applies across the AoE, DPS, the air stage, and the other one. Struggling all around, but I wasn't struggling at least 2 weeks ago or so. Something has changed. Right? You look at most deployed heroes, Ingrid. This is what's kind of funny. People can say, well, it's just all about the meta this and the meta that. It's funny how I've not come across a single Ingrid yet. Because I'm only Platinum 1, Platinum 2. You might see Ingrid later game, maybe, but still. I'm definitely coming across Hatsuit. I'm coming across a lot of Valderons, Praetors, Valkara, Hamet, Boreas, over and over again. Who else is there? Garn, not really seen him. Elder, not seen him. Venomer, not really. Elowin, I think I might have. Ajax, Ymmered, yeah. But what about Cyrene? I've not really seen Cyrene. Ardea, not really seen her. But still, some of these annoying champions. And you know what the funny thing is? Yeah, I've got some of these unlocked. But I'm not using Ingrid because I would need to use Cyrene, and I haven't got Cyrene built out, so I can't really use Ingrid. Okay? Ingrid is a costly champion. You use Cyrene or maybe someone else that can bring back that cost so you can get Ingrid in earlier instead of waiting. But I just haven't got it built out for that. Valkara, I don't need Valkara because I'm using some other champions. But then again, Valkara might have the edge because of her ultimate ability, which can deal a form of AoE damage more than some of the others. But, I've been focusing on Hamet. Not good enough. I've geared him out. Not end game, no, but good enough for this stage in the arena. But after 1 week, it's not good enough now? That power creep, that sudden surge and change? What the hell is going on? Single target. Oh, yeah, because you can change it over to this. Valderon, yeah, I've seen that. Praetors, yeah. Garn, I think it must be Garn who I've seen. Silas, there we go. Yeah. Sargak. It's either Sargak or Garn I've seen extensively. I'm thinking, bloody hell, these people must be lucky getting them. Anti-air, Silas number 1 and Hatsuit. Ugh, that combination. They're, 12 cost each? It's ridiculous. The spawn trapping, the spawn killing Hatsuit's ultimate so early on, wiping everyone out. And take in mind, Hatsuit not long ago was that in the pool up for grabs during that ×10 event. And believe me, I went all in with it, with at least the resources what I had at the time. Free-to-play player, by the way. I wasn't lucky enough to get Hatsuit, but I gave everything. I scraped and clawed, just wasn't lucky at the time. But of course, if other people were, that might be why there is a surge in her being the most deployed hero. So let's use a bit of reasoning ability there. Praetors as well, people getting all in with that, Ymmered. But still, A 1 week difference. Things have changed extensively based off my experience in Platinum 1. Gold 3. I'm not even joking. Gold 3 is difficult. Okay? I breezed past it when I was returning back 2 to 3 weeks ago, and now it's suddenly difficult. I know people could say, well, it's a skill gap, it's a gear gap, that's all it is. Well, then explain to me, how did I manage to reach Platinum 2 roughly 2 weeks ago when I was under-geared, under-leveled, a lengthy time of not playing and it was fine? But in a 1 week difference, oh, it's not good enough now. And in that 1 week difference, I have been grinding and trying to get good gear, but it's still not good enough. Yeah. I think there needs to be a change, a rework. I know there was difficulty changes made to Void Rift. I think personally, difficulties as for the single player parts, yeah, maybe there are adjustments, but it's more so the arena that needs some focus, especially early on through the rankings. End game, where it becomes more competitive and demanding. Yeah, you need the slightest edge over someone else to get the win, etc. Certain heroes and combinations. But I'm in Platinum 1. I'm in Gold 3. That shouldn't be needed so early on, right? You know what this is reminding me of? Raid Shadow Legends, where if you haven't played for a long time, you could be bronze or silver, and you have a hard time getting out of that than if you was in Gold 5, just below the Platinum League. That's how ridiculous it is, because you've had trolls, people that have such OP lineups that end up, you know, dropping in rankings on purpose or not playing anymore, but they still keep the meta or high-end team, so that when you get new players or people returning back with lower-end teams, not as over-leveled or geared, and they come face-to-face with them, they've got no chance. Now, if you times that by many times in terms of all the people on display, it's going to be a lot harder, okay? I mean, could we do like a demonstration right now? Not really, because it'll only give people ammunition to spew a load of excuses and responses. The fact is, about 2 weeks ago, it was easy. 1 week on, it suddenly changed and it's very difficult. How can it change that quick? There's got to be some changes in between, right? Because some people seem to agree with me online with their own experiences. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section, okay? So, appreciate your patience. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.